Hi, I'm Nick from Sprout Labs here. Congratulations on getting your Acro personal malt house. I'm going to show you how to set it up and get you ready to malt. Acro weighs about 90 pounds, so use proper lifting technique when removing it from the box. To begin assembly, first remove the protective coating from the stainless steel. Take the control panel out of its box and use a flathead screwdriver carefully and while pushing the lid down to open it up. Only open the control panel when the power is unplugged. Find the Allen wrench, the 1/4-inch bolts, the sealing washers, and the vibration dampening pads, and mount the electrical enclosure on top of your Acro. Position the pads between the panel and your Acro. Use the Allen wrench to screw the bolts with a sealing washer into the riv nuts on top of your Acro. These can take some dexterity to get to, but you only have to put them in once. Next, plug each electrical cord into its corresponding outlets, being especially sure to plug the fogger's cord into its outlet, as it runs 24 volt, unlike the rest of the machine, which runs 120. Similarly, plug each sensor into its corresponding outlet. Arrange Acro near a floor drain or near a bucket that can be dumped out regularly. Make sure to have several inches of space around the Acro to allow for adequate airflow. Screw in the 12-inch long, 2-inch diameter stainless duct into the threads on the right side of your Acro. This duct will only ever carry air and won't be under pressure, so no need to crank it super tight. Next, attach the elbow to the end of that duct. Position the conical tank with the leg extenders and feet and its insulation jacket roughly over the top of the elbow. Using a healthy amount of Teflon tape, screw the 2 female camlock fittings into the threads above the main duct. They're a bit close and the little arms might be frustrating as you tighten. Be careful to not over-tighten. The fittings are held on by a lock nut on the inside of the machine and can twist loose with too much exterior force. Attach the racking arm to the lower tri-clamp port on the side of your conical, and attach this subassembly to the tri-clamp. This is the air pump line, which injects oxygen into the water throughout the steep period. During steep and air rest, you'll want this motorized ball valve assembly attached to the tri-clamp below your conical tank. A bushing and a 3.5-inch pipe connect the ball valve to the duct, and a standard 2-inch tri-clamp with a filter gasket connects the assembly to the tank. Neither the bushing nor the 3.5-inch connector pipe will be tight. You do not want the weight of the conical tank to press down on the duct, so just leave play in the thread so you can adjust. You can go ahead and clamp the filter gasket and the assembly underneath the tank. If you haven't already, go ahead and attach the male camlock fittings to the female camlocks, and you should be all good to go on the tank side. On the front side, water will collect beneath the Acro. No component drains water out the bottom, but condensation from the condensing unit and the humidifier collect and drain out the bottom. Either position Acro over a floor drain or insert the drain pan. It has a barb fitting on the side to run to a floor drain, but if you don't have a floor drain accessible, plug the barb and check the drain pan regularly when the fogger is on. The bottommost thread is the drain for the humidifier, so during normal operation, this will just remain capped. You will open this cap only when the water is turned off and when you are draining the humidifier after a batch or cleaning it. The rightmost hole is a water in. Attach your hose to the brass Y fitting, then attach the included green lead-in hose with the sprayer to one outlet, and the valve and the brass garden hose to NPT coupler to the other. No need for Teflon tape, the gasket should do the trick, but Teflon tape can't hurt if you're so inclined. Next, attach the coupler to the side of the machine, remembering to use Teflon tape. Be sure your water pressure is below 50 psi. Finally, attach a barb and a hose to the last threaded nipple. This is the vessel drain, so run the tubing to the floor drain. Throughout the whole process, you'll want a temp probe in the grain bed, so you can plug that into its proper outlet and drape it over the conical tank for when you're ready. Likewise, the whole process is done on a stainless false bottom which sits inside the conical. Now you're all set up to steep grain. When the rinse, steep, air rest is over and you're ready for germinating and kilning, you'll want to remove the valve assembly and put the duct extension in it. No need to use a filter gasket, as we want the highest CFMs for germinating and kilning. Most barley we'll be malting will likely need several rinses before you start, and might have a bit of dirt or chaff. We recommend rinsing grain with your included butterfly valve and no filter gasket to let the dirt and contaminants flow out of the grain and straight down to a drain before hooking up the steep arrangement. You can run your drain hose through your sieve to catch any waste before it runs down the drain. And with that, you should be all ready to malt with your Acro. So go ahead and check out our next video, which gets into actual machine use, and happy malting.